what happened was once everything came about, I figured out what that money was, and I wasn't cool with it. You know what I mean? I wanted more. So that's why the fight didn't fall through, because it was everything. I agreed to everything. You know what I mean? As far as the stipulations, everything. You know, from it being on ESPN to the where it was gonna be at. Like they were saying, it could have been in Vegas or it could have been where dude from. I agree to everything. You know, the only thing I didn't agree with was that money.
Yo, what's good, everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Adiba, and we're here to talk about Frank Martin possibly ruining his reputation. So recently, Frank Martin broke his silence on why he turned down the fight with Shakur Stevenson, and this was a long time coming because the boxing community was in a frenzy when news broke that Frank Martin turned down the fight after initially accepting it. So many rumors and conspiracies popped up. Frank got a lot of backlash, mainly because Shakur was the first one to speak on it, while Frank was tweeting indirect things. Fans were desperate to hear what happened, because Frank gained a reputation over the past 2 years as a fighter that was hungry. He was a fan favorite, and many believe he was capable of competing and beating guys like Shakur, Tank, Pitbull, Haney, and other top guys at lightweight. He has called out those names several times, stating that he was ready for them, and everyone believed it. I had my doubts that the fight was going to happen, but I was truly disappointed when the fight fell through. But by Frank's own words, money was the issue for the fight falling out. However, this explanation isn't good enough for the majority of fans, and I also have issues with it, particularly with what he said here.
It's the money. Now, people are going to take
the money for sure, because look,
okay.
And that's another thing that's been killing me. People like just take the money. They like just take the money. This your first time getting paid $1 million and this and that. That $1 million ain't no fucking $1 million. Once you take out taxes, once you taking out them trainer fees and them fees you gotta pay. But the fans want to see the fight. You know what I mean? They want to see the fight, but they ain't understanding that a fight this big, a motherfucker gotta get paid. Can't one side just eat. You know, I don't give a fuck what a nigga accomplished. Ain't one side just about to eat way more than the other. Shit, I didn't put in work too. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I was asking for, it wasn't nothing that was outrageous that a motherfucker could have said, "Oh, I outpriced myself," or none of that. Like what he was getting paid and what I asked for was reasonable. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the whole thing is like they could have just gave me what I asked for. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even nothing crazy. And then the fight could have happened. It was that simple. The fight could have happened. It's all about the money.
So Frank feels that $1 million wasn't enough for a title fight against Shakur. The purse was a 75-25 split, and this was confirmed by Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur would come out and say that Frank wanted 50-50, but Frank would deny this in the interview, and he just wanted a little more than 25%. And this is reasonable. Frank feels like he's worth more, and I can't tell a man what he's worth. No one can. But when Frank fought Michelle Rivera as the B-side for $75K, there was no complaints about the purse then. And Frank supposedly earned $250K in his last fight, and there was no complaints there. But Frank would be getting 4 times the amount in a career-high payday against Shakur, but now he wants to complain about the split? That sounds like he's pricing himself out to me. But this is somewhat ironic on the part of Shakur, because Shakur would also turn down a 75-25 split to fight Haney for Undisputed, citing the same reasons why Frank turned on the fight, which was money. Both situations are similar, and I see Frank fans, Shakur haters, using it to show how hypocritical Shakur is. However, context matters. Shakur is a former unified 2-division champion and Olympic silver medalist, while Frank is just a contender with a hot streak. Shakur has way more leverage to demand money than Frank. I mean, to be honest, what does Frank really have to offer? He's not a big name, he's not a draw, he's just a contender, and at that, he's a 28-year-old contender. So no matter how you try to spin it, Frank is on the wrong side of the argument in my opinion. But I will say this, both guys definitely missed an opportunity. Shakur is probably not getting another chance to fight for Undisputed in a long time, and by the looks of it, Shakur will have trouble getting in the ring with an established credible name at lightweight. He should have taken the Haney fight. And Frank Martin passed up on a world title opportunity along with a career-high payday. Based on how the lightweight division is going, I doubt he'll get a title shot or get paid $1 million anytime soon. he should have taken the fight with Shakur Stevenson. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing with Madiba. Hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.